welcome to my casa. Ooh, the lighting just went away. So today I'm gonna be doing a cooking video. Yeah. That was my intro. So now, I'm going to place you in the correct spot. Hey everyone! I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what I'm doing today. So by all means, I am no cook, okay? The best I can cook is eggs. I'm not joking. Due to the coronavirus, of course, people have been home more often. So something that I'm doing is I'm cooking once a week for my family because why not? Let me turn my phone off. So in case you don't know what Pinterest is basically something where everybody can interact. It's kind of like a social media, and basically you can get ideas from there, right? So since I've been cooking once a week, of course I know nothing, right? So what I've been doing is I've been going to get really nice dinner recipes. And I'm about to graduate, so my mom got me a camera and I thought, why not make a video? I'm not trying to sound like I'm a professional cook, and I'm trying to go off the recipe as best as possible, but there were some things that were like optional, or maybe I had one thing that I didn't add in, so I'm kind of just going as best I can. So I already have all the ingredients laid out here. So what I did for me is I got a little sticky notes with the ingredients, and I'll also put the link below in case you guys want to try this recipe. I'm really excited because I love lasagna, and so does my family, so I'm going to go ahead and try it. So the first thing I'm supposed to do is, of course, I already washed my hands prior to video, and then we're going to do ground beef. It's supposed to be 3/4 of a pound. So I'm going to go ahead and start with that first. As I'm getting the ground beef ready, I am going to be putting some things in there. And if you choose to do this recipe that I found on Pinterest, feel more than welcome to follow along on my video. I will be telling you how much each ingredient is going in that I'm personally putting in. Like I said, it is a little bit different than the actual Pinterest board. You definitely want to have time for this, because when you start on the meat and you put all the mixtures in, you have to let it simmer for an hour before you can actually put it to bake with all the other ingredients. So that's just a heads up. If you're wanting to make it, it does take some time. Alrighty, so now that I have that started to cook, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add in the onion. It's going to be half a cup of minced onion. Like I said, not word for word on the recipe, so I just cut it up. And then I'm doing 2 teaspoons of garlic, which that one is minced, but we actually have minced garlic, so I'm going to put that in the meat now. Alright, so while I have that going, I do just want to disclaimer, in the recipe it calls for 28 ounces of crushed tomatoes, and I had a little bit prior to something that I baked or cooked recently. So when I was at the store, I was like, oh, I just need a little bit of crushed tomatoes, and I accidentally bought tomato sauce. So again, like I said, not exactly like the recipe, so I kind of messed up. So basically I just have like 40 something ounces, partial crushed tomato, and then partial tomato sauce. We'll see where that's gonna get the recipe. After the meat is browned down, you do have to put in this big sauce, and then you also have to put in something called tomato paste. What I'm learning from cooking is that there's so many different ingredients out there, and tomato paste I've never heard of. It looks kind of like a mangonada. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It kind of looks like the texture of a mangonada. You see? Kind of like ice cream, but that's probably gross. Anyways, here we go, tomato paste. So I'm going to wait till it browns down a little bit, and then I'm going to be pouring this into the meat. Hey Siri, what does simmering mean?
As a verb, it means of water or food. Stay just below the boiling point while being heated.
Aha!
Do you want to hear the
I didn't know what simmering was. I'll be adding in tomato paste. Alrighty, it's almost completely brown, so now I'm going to add in all that tomato mix. Who knew there were so many tomatoes? I sure hope this pan can hold all this. Yeah, I think I'll be okay. Alright, now I'm gonna go with the tomato paste. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add half a cup of water, and it's going to be 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. I didn't notice that there were other pans, so we might be kind of overflowing. So I'm gonna move over to another pan.
I honestly should have thought before I did this.
Alright, so I switched over to another pan. I don't know if you can see, I got a little messy. I got some tomato sauce on my body, but that's okay because, like I said, I'm no professional. I'm still learning. This is the first time I've done it. I didn't know how much it was gonna need. So I found the other pan that I needed, so I finally did that. Now I'm gonna add 1.5 teaspoons of basil leaves and 1/4 teaspoon of pepper.
I have no idea why I said it like that.
Now I'm going to add in 2 teaspoons of salt and 2 tablespoons of parsley.
Look at that.
Whatever. So we're just a big mess today. Usually I'm not this messy. I'm so sorry, guys. If you could see what's going on in that pan. Alright, so I guess it's time to make the cheese! Woo! And that one's easy because you don't have to cook anything. And yes, I put an egg in a cup, just so it's easier for me to explain it in case anyone is actually following along. So I'm gonna do 16 ounces of ricotta cheese. I measured it into a little measuring cup. They sell some with 16 ounces. I just couldn't find one right now because there's a lot of scarcity for items. And then 2 tablespoons of parsley and 1/2 tablespoon of salt. So I'm gonna do that really quick and then I'll show you what it looks like. So I'm gonna start boiling water. Alright, so now I'm gonna start the cheese mixture, and that is going to call for 16 ounces of the ricotta cheese, 16 ounces of ricotta cheese. Okay, and then you're putting 1 egg. Two tablespoons of parsley. And then 1/2 tablespoon of salt. Nice. So now I'm gonna mix these together. Interesting. Yeah! Look, just look at the video! This is the only thing I've been right so far. Now I'll show you what it looks like. So that is the ricotta cheese. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. So it's a nice little white mixture. And then that I'm setting aside. That way I can put this in the lasagna later. While we're doing this, I'm also going to set the oven to 375. Alright, and then the pan that they use for this one is going to be this glass 9 by 13. So I'm just going to prepare this one just by putting some baking spray. While I'm letting the meat simmer, I'm going to start cleaning up. That way it looks a little bit better here. And if you wanted to see any of the brands that I used, or if you just want a general idea of what I actually bought from the store, it was basically like the onions my mom had. Everything else, I'm a little cheapo, so I used Great Value stuff. Just basic, you know, Walmart brand things. So not too fancy, except for the lasagna, you know. We had to go a little fancy. It was Barilla, and it's not Great Value. Something much different. I mean, I really don't know. I really don't care. Alright guys, the time has come. The noodles are about to be done, and then all we're gonna do is start putting it in order. I have the little list right here to guide me. So it's sauce on the bottom of the pan, then noodles, then ricotta. It's embarrassing. Then ricotta, then mozzarella cheese, then Parmesan cheese, and then sauce again, and then you just repeat. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna show you guys right here on video. Alright, so I got my noodles and I'm going to just open them up. And I have my boiling hot water as well. So I'm gonna start putting these in here. Got some noodles already, but now I'm still boiling some other ones because this recipe calls for 12, but we'll see how many I can get. Alright, so we already got the other stuff. And then I have the mozzarella cheese right over there. And I have the Parmesan, and we are ready to start layering. Alright guys, so it's been cooking for 25 minutes and now we're taking off the foil, and the recipe calls to cook it one more time without the foil. This is funny. Alright guys, my mom just reminded me that greens are free calories. So we're making a salad to start off with before we have our lasagna. And then we're also gonna make some toast. You can add any of your favorite toast. We don't have any garlic bread, so we only have regular square bread. It's finally finished. We already ate our salad, we ate our toast. Cut. Why? Hey everyone, we finally cut the lasagna. We already ate our salad, so now we're gonna start eating the toast. And the lasagna. So I'm gonna take the first bite because my parents didn't want to be filmed. Oh my god. This is really good. This is really good. Okay, so like I said at the beginning of the video, not a professional cook. I did change some things inside the recipe, but this one, whatever I did, it's really good. And I'll leave all whatever I put in here below, and I'll also leave the description for the Pinterest as well. Okay.
Alright guys, and that is a wrap. My first cooking video. Like I said, I'm not a professional, so if you found it kind of like funny, maybe that's okay because I would love to hear you laugh. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video and you want to see something different or you want to follow me on my YouTube journey, go ahead and follow or subscribe. And you can also like the video on the bottom. I'm also going to put my Instagram, Twitter, if you guys also want to follow me and follow me on my life journey. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Focus. Have you ever shot by yourself before? Like I said, I don't cook a lot, but I don't know if this is supposed to be happening when you simmer something. It's like alive. Okay. I'll mix it right now.